Hey YouTube, this is Aaron. We are out for another street vlog. Today we are in Hyde Park. Hyde Park is a neighborhood on the south side of Chicago. It is home to the University of Chicago, the Obama Foundation, and an ever-evolving slew of restaurants and other businesses. So we're going to be out and exploring that today.
Live from Chicago.
One other note before we get started, this is where me and my wife lived right when we got married. We lived way up on the 9th floor of this building here. One thing that I want you guys to take away from today is you don't have to explore very far to go and start taking photos, to get out there and do some street photography. This is our own home neighborhood. We don't live in this building anymore, but we still live in the area. So I haven't gone too far just to get out there to enjoy the weather, enjoy the neighborhood, and make some photos. So let's go. Hopping in with that voiceover. We're gonna start with some facades, some of the row houses here just have some unique designs, a little bit of a warm-up shot, trying to get the trees and the sky along with those row houses. Next up, there's a barbershop that President Obama used to go to. The door was open and I was hoping that somebody would come out, but it never happened. Got this shot of the door and kind of the classic barber sign, but nothing special. There's also these signs that they've added over the last couple of years that are a little bit newer design that show that it's downtown Hyde Park, and I wanted to capture that with a little bit of a glare off of the car behind it as well. Then I moved around to Harper Theater. This is a theater that they renovated over the last couple of years and opened, and it's a small local theater. So I got this of the classic Harper sign. Then I moved and I saw this long shadow leading to this clothing rack around the corner and people hugging. I got this photo right here. Moved around the corner and saw this cool texture on the side of a building. This woman was sitting on the bench, and originally I was struggling to work around her. She didn't really fit with the photo. Then I stepped up a little bit to be able to cut her out, and this guy in pretty much all forest green stepped in. Was able to get a few shots of him walking across and ended up with this photo, which may be my favorite photo of the day. Also a classic institution that has been in Hyde Park for a very long time. Also a big fan of President Obama. They even have the president's menu. Is Veolis, is I believe how it's pronounced. And I wanted to get the sharp light, kind of high contrast hitting their sign. And then moving to something newer is the Sophie Hotel. This is literally, I believe, less than a year open. And this isn't a great shot, but it does capture the newness. It's kind of the highlights are blown out. The building back there you can't really see, so I don't love it. This photo is not about Hyde Park at all, but I did really like the stark contrast, kind of the irony of this balloon, this set of balloons being this kind of celebratory thing out by the dumpster. So got this, which is more of a funny photo to me than Hyde Park, but it was fun. Lastly, there is this Hyde Park sign in this red heart that I wanted to try and capture. It took me a little bit to find the right framing for this. I had to move around, and then I was able to pull in the red bike rack along with the bike there that has red tires and red brake handles, and kind of tie that together. Again, right when I saw that I needed something else, I wanted a person, maybe somebody that represented Hyde Park in this artistic, eclectic community that Hyde Park is. So it took a little bit, but I was able to wait it out and get a photo of this guy who has plaid pants, fuzzy shoes, captured it all. All right, we are back in the office after an hour or so of shooting in Hyde Park. The main area that I stayed in today was really 53rd Street. It's where all of the shops and restaurants and kind of all the hustle and bustle are. I didn't really venture too far off to University of Chicago campus or into the neighborhoods or anything like that, but stuck to that main commercial area of Hyde Park. Before we jump into my recap, I wanted to give two shout outs. The first is to Evan Ramp, whose t-shirt I am wearing. Make sure and check out his channel. And also all the photos that I've edited today were started with Joe Allam's presets in Lightroom. So again, go and check him out as well. So my final thoughts on the photos from today is that I do think that they captured the essence of what Hyde Park is. I think there is a lot of change constantly happening in the neighborhood, and some of that is new. Sometimes there's institutions that have been there forever, and I wanted to capture kind of what Hyde Park looks like today in 2019. What it as walking down the street, what are you actually seeing? So some of that is the restaurants and the building facades, and then a little less on the people. There were definitely people in the photos that I took today, but wanted to try and capture what Hyde Park looks like to me as I experience it, and I think I did that. So let me know in the comments what photo you liked, any thoughts, critiques, anything, and make sure and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and until next time, just get started.